I'm live. Hey, everybody. How are you all doing? Good to see you in the chat there, guys. We've got Peanut Butter. We've got Paul, Silver Fox Crypto. Nice to see you, mate. Let's give everybody a chance to come and join us. I know I normally make everybody wait 10, 15 minutes because I'm absolutely ridiculously slow at getting live. But I figured I would just jump in here and say hello to the Pig Fam. How's it going, guys? Are you all good? What can I say? What can I say apart from it's a nice market today? It's looking lovely today. It's looking green, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a couple of bits in the news that I think are really important. Of course, we need to talk about XLM because XLM has done some real numbers. A bit of a ripper, as they say, today. We've got some stuff about crypto regulations with regards to what banks can use in terms of stablecoins and public blockchains, which is pretty interesting stuff. There's stuff about Ethereum, of course. There's also the fact that XRP seems to be getting so much FUD now, which is probably not surprising, but getting plenty of that. We'll talk a bit about the FUD for that. We'll also talk about interesting sort of numbers regarding Bitcoin's price against active users. And we'll maybe mention, while we're talking about Ethereum as well, about some fractals that have been pointed out that might indicate that we're about to hit a local top, perhaps. So we're going to talk about that and more in today's video, of course. And so yeah, I'll just give everybody a chance to kind of join in with the chat and say hello and all the rest of it. I hope you all had a good New Year. Official Triple is in the chat. Nice to see you, Official Triple. Cheesley87 is in the chat with a big smiley face. Hey, Cheesley, thank you for joining us. It's good to see new names in the chat there. Hope you had a great New Year. I guess I was meant to come and see you guys sort of New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, but it was kind of like, didn't really kind of have the energy to do it. Today I found a little bit of energy, even though it's late, and I am feeling pretty tired out. I found the energy, and it was the green, good energy of the market that got me here today in front of you on this screen, because the market is doing some really great numbers. We're going to talk about what to expect moving forward. Nadir's in the chat. Nadir, nice of you to join us. Thank you very much for joining us, Nadir. Hopefully you managed to get hold of some Bitcoin when we saw that dip. I think it was Nadir was asking about that in the chat. I know Saf asked about it too, about what was a good price and stuff. And I did say that, obviously not financial advice, because nothing is financial advice on this stream. It is just my opinions and thoughts and news. I know people were like asking me what's a good price for Bitcoin, and we had an interesting day the other day, and we'll do a bit of a post-mortem on that as well. Nadir says, I am ADA, man. All in on ADA, Cardano ADA. I don't blame you, Nadir. I think Cardano ADA, I've been saying it since last year, that 2021 is going to be Cardano's year. This will be the year where Cardano makes us all rich. Because basically they've got so much going on for it. I just don't see how the price can't literally go flying. And I was right, you did ask about Bitcoin. That's good. I'm glad I got that right. I'm remembering things, trying to make sure I remember what people have been asking me about. Paul points out that RSR is on fire as well. And we did a little review of RSR, and I said to you guys there that tech-wise, what they were going to be doing, very interesting. I loved the way that it's like a stable coin that basically is backed up by something with speculative value. I think it's pretty cool. I did that video not long ago explaining how that worked. I said there that I would like to see, I'd like to see them actually get some actual technology stuff out there and make some good progress with the development. But they've done well just basically on price action this week. Unless there was some news about RSR which I missed out. Maybe, Paul, you know a bit more about. You can let me know. Nadir says it's always technical advice. It's always technical analysis, not financial advice. That is probably a better way to describe it. Indeed, definitely. So, okay, let's let a few more people come into the chat, and then we are going to go and take a look at the market, look at the charts and all the rest of it. I promise you I will stay awake through the stream, and I know I'm probably looking a little bit on the weary side, but I have got the energy for this, all right? Dragon energy. Right, Nadir says, since the subject is Cardano ADA, my favourite, please tell us more about collaboration with Myota and its effects, please. Yeah, we could definitely do that. We could definitely have a look at some of that. I think I've got an article from the other day about Cardano ADA and Myota's partnership. I'll make sure that we have a look at that one as well while we're at it. Okay. I said Myota, didn't I? Yeah, and IOTA. So, yes, we'll talk about that a little bit too, if I can find that article that we were talking about. Where is it? There was a partnership, wasn't there? See, I'm trying to find that and load it up for you, but I tell you what, maybe, Nadir, if you have an article about it that you can send across. Actually, no, I think I found it on Crypto News Flash. That's fine, I've got that ready. We'll look at that in a minute as well, yes. That definitely could be big news. Of course, IOTA is Internet of Things, and they're sort of looking at doing a partnership with Cardano, basically to create a bridge. So for those of you who don't know, a bridge is basically is a way of making different blockchains interoperable so that they can work together or be used interchangeably, and that's something that they're talking about developing. We'll look at the article properly there in a minute. First up though, we are going to go and take a look at the market. Need a shave. I know, it doesn't help, does it? I would say I'm looking like I'm rough. Look at it, rough around the edges these days. And I need a haircut, guys, and I can't do that because we're now in tier 5, not even a local lockdown. It's a full-on countrywide lockdown. And of course, all the kids are off. They're all off as well now because schools are closed, which is really a pain in the butt. Not great fun. Paul's not in the chat yet. No, Paul is in the chat. Sorry, Richie's not in the chat yet. And very sorry for Richie because he was in tier 3 and managed to escape tier 4, but no more. He is too now in the same awful position that everybody else is in. So never mind there, Richie, never mind. You are locked down as well. And that's fine because I'm such a cynical, grumpy old git at the moment. I feel like if I have to be locked down and I have to have all my kids home, everybody else should as well. Not really, of course. I hate this lockdown stuff. Load of rubbish, but we all know that. I know some of you guys have been sharing some articles with me over on Telegram. And even though it's starting to look like a sort of a group chat for Alex Jones fans, a lot of it's very, very interesting stuff, and definitely the numbers stuff don't add up when it comes to the whole coronavirus epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk here about money, about lots and lots of money, and of course about what to expect from the market moving forward. Now, Nadir is saying that I need to do the Happy New Year dab, as promised. I will do that very soon. I was holding out for a new follower, perhaps, to do my dab, but I will probably do that in a moment. Oh, hang on. We've got a follower. Cheesley87 just followed 3 minutes ago. Why didn't it ring? There was no alert or anything. Nothing popped up. Nothing. That's really annoying. Cheesley, I'm sorry. I should have seen that beforehand. I feel terrible. What a letdown. Let me go and change this framing and let's do this properly. Look, let's do this properly for you. Let's go. Transition across here. All right. Okay. All right. It's time for the dab. This is for you, Cheesley87. You get the Crypto Pig tradition. of any time we get a new follower or subscriber. And I'm going to bundle it in with what I promised for New Year. It's going to be an ultimate dab just for you. Every new follower and subscriber gets a dab. And this is going to be a Super Saiyan style dab because, of course, it is the New Year dab as well. I need to move my mic for this. Here we go, guys. It's over 9,000! In fact, it's over 33,000, 34,000 even. Dab! There you go. You get your dab. There's Cheesley's dab. And Nadir, you've got your Happy New Year dab as well. And that's me done for tonight. I'll see you all next time. Official triple. I hope you were watching for that. That was an extra special dab just for you guys. I want you to enjoy those dabs. Nadir says that was great. Yep, there you go, guys. You get your dab. Cheesley, I bet you're glad you're following now. Right. Let's do what we came here for. That was good. I think that dab got me actually in the zone. I'm in the zone. Now, official triple brain cells. I probably damaged so many of them shaking my head that now I'm going to give you completely inaccurate information about the market. Paul's laughing his head off at me as well. Right, guys. Cheesley. Cheesley says, I'm sorry to official triple. I should have listened. There you go. Cheesley, you got warned. You got warned that you are not going to want to get what you get for your follow. But you have it now, buddy. You have it. It's all yours. So let's get into it now. Now I'm full of that energy. Let's go for it. Bitcoin. Amazing. $34,136, up 9.47% today, of course. And, you know, we're seeing it pump back up, which is great news because we'll look at the chart and I'll talk about why that's great news. Ethereum up to $1,094, up 8.66%. DOT up back, well, not as high as it has been this week, but back up to 988. And Cardano 88 and XLM doing incredible. XRP seeing a little bit of pullback today. Probably more about that sort of negative FUD style news that's not entirely accurate. Some of it is kind of manipulated headlines, but it is, you know, stuff that we'll cover in today's stream. And I will just say to Peanut Butter, thank you very much, Peanut, for being back here in the stream. It is your first stream in about a month and a half, and I appreciate you being back. But, you know, you were off the coast of some beautiful country in a yacht, so I do think that you were probably, well, I say a yacht. I know it's a boat, but you probably enjoyed yourself, I'm sure. So, I'm glad you're back though, Peanut. I'm very glad that you're back. Paul is welcoming Cheesley to the Pig Fam. That is the nickname for the family that we've created here in the community. We are the Pig Fam, guys. Peanut saying, well, I went to Spain, but the streams are so late for me now. I'm sorry, man. They are. I might switch it down to 9:30. I think 9 might be a push because, like, you know, with the kids and all the rest of it, they don't want to get out of my way and all the rest of it. So, you know, I think maybe we'll push it down to 9:30, try and get it at least that half an hour earlier. And I will try and be a bit more concise in my streams as well so that you guys, you know, aren't sort of waiting around for me to get to the point. So anyway, market-wise, as you can see, pretty damn good for everything except a few of the coins out there, and XRP being one of them. But XRP itself is kind of range-bound and seems to be kind of sticking its way across that sort of 2022 point. So, you know, I think that, you know, XRP is going to be like that for a few months until we know what's going to happen with this this lawsuit. So, okay, that's obviously the market overview. Let's go and take a look at the chart for Bitcoin. So, guys, let's see. What can we see here? All right. So as you know, I did a little emergency video for you the other day. I popped it onto the YouTube channel and I did share it in the Telegram group. But it was a quick video just to say I thought that Bitcoin looked like it was about to have a pump up. And that was because we were basically seeing that same pattern again, that descending triangle, basically a flag, bull flag happening at the end of a bullish move. Now, with this one, on the 1 hour chart, it doesn't look quite so good, but we were looking at 4 hours. You can kind of see that same pattern was playing out here earlier this week. And I said to you guys, look, next few hours, there's going to be a breakout. I thought that it would be a breakout to the upside immediately. I thought we were going to see another pump just because of everything that's going on in the market. We see Grayscale still buying up large amounts of Bitcoin, and there's other investment firms now buying up Bitcoin. Most of the money is institutional, so I thought we might see another leg up, with the target being around $37,000 to $38,000, I think is what I said. Then what happened was, literally an hour after I posted that video, we had the breakout, but it was to the downside, and it was quite dramatic, bringing us down to $27,700. As you see there, that it kind of lined up with support that it had a couple of times previously this week, but nothing substantial. But it did bounce very, very quickly, and came back up to retest the bottom of that triangle. Now, normally a rejection from here, if you see a retest like this, a rejection from there is actually a bearish signal. Usually what will happen is it'll dump, pop back up. I mean, if we look at it on the 1 hour, maybe that'll be clearer for you to see. But normally what we would see is exactly this pattern. You see a dump, and you would then see a retest of what was the support. And then usually rejection here would mean a proper rejection and maybe even reversal, with the price coming down even further. But it turns out that this is a very long bull trap that was in place, a bear trap, I apologize, because as soon as we sort of pulled back here, we bounced back. The rejection there would have probably caught a lot of people off guard who were maybe looking at this as an opportunity to short, and we have now found ourselves actually getting back up way above that support level of $32,000, and now it looks like we are actually coming back up towards that new all-time high that we printed back over on the 3rd of January. So if we get above there again, that's going to be great. That's going to be very bullish. I think it's also worth pointing out that when we look at it on the 1 hour, we are now again back up over that 50-hour exponential moving average as well. That is also a very, very positive sign. And I think that if we go back to that 4 hours as well, you can see there that obviously we did come through the 50 period moving average there, and then we actually tested it again, but we're well above that as well on the 4 hour chart. We're seeing that bullish crossover on the MACD. Obviously, this is out of the oversold territory now, but well within the boundaries on the stochastic RSI. So this is all looking actually very short-term bullish, which means I think we're about to see another pump for Bitcoin. Bear in mind, this will be potentially resistance. It doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be resistance, but potentially we could find resistance at around sort of $34,500. That way we may well reject from there. If we do, possibly a double top. If that happens, then definitely we're looking at I didn't want to draw that on. We're looking at a bearish reversal. Even if it is a short-term reversal, it might be what brings us back down to sort of our real sort of next support level of around 26, and then actually below that, really, there's most support is going to be around sort of $23,000, right? So there is a very real chance that that's what's going to happen if we get rejected and we see ourselves kind of come back. You're looking for patterns all the time when you're trading, and of course the double top is a very strong indicator of a bearish reversal. So I'm just keeping an eye on it for that. If we break above that with good volume, then we're going to probably see $38,000 within probably the next week or two. So I do feel short-term bullish on Bitcoin. I did obviously panic. Well, I didn't panic. Obviously, I wasn't worried that we were going to crash out or anything, but I did think I got it wrong when we did see that big dip. But as you can see, it was really just a bear trap at the time. So keep your eyes on it. If we do reject, then it would be maybe, you know, not financial advice, but maybe if you're into shorting and all the rest of it, an opportunity for shorting, certainly an opportunity for you to move your stop loss up and take profits if that plays out. But you know, with the sentiment, we are definitely overbought overall on Bitcoin right now. At the moment, it just feels like there's still too much momentum going for Bitcoin. And when we're talking about that, the interesting thing here is where the money's coming from, right? So we've talked about how Bitcoin's money at the moment, money for Bitcoin is coming from institutional investors and investment firms. That is still the case. This article here over a long hash, Bitcoin's price has been rising fast, active users not as much. So I won't go through all of the article for you, but basically while we're seeing the price move very, very fast, the actual new users being brought into crypto is not actually growing at the same rate as we saw back prior to the 2017 bull run. So it means that the money is all coming from big. It's either coming from big whales or it's coming from the institutional investors, right? Because we're not seeing it all come from retail yet. That means that there's still a lot of room for Bitcoin's price to go because the FOMO hasn't kicked in for those retail investors yet. Although I think it is starting to happen. So I'll quickly check out the chat. Let's see what we've got in the chat quickly. Peanut says, if Bitcoin is rat poison squared according to Buffett, XRP must be rat poison cubed. Paul says XRP is the rat. Yeah. Augur is saying F. We'll talk about Ethereum in a moment. And Peanut saying it's giving credence to the SOV narrative. SOV narrative, you have to remind me, Peanut, what that is. Off the top of my head, I can't think what that abbreviation is for. But I'm sure that you will. I'm sure you'll remind me. It's not Satoshi's vision, is it? No, I don't know. Remind me. Right, so anyway, that's that news about Bitcoin. I think we're going to see more movement for Bitcoin. Let's just see how we react to this resistance level. I've given you the warning, double top, watch out for that. Otherwise, if we break above there, expect more gains. What that means, though, is that we'll probably see a bit of a breather for our altcoins. You know, like you'll probably have noticed that actually when Bitcoin started going a bit mad the other day, we did see some pullback on some of these coins, but it wasn't like super dramatic or terrible, but we definitely saw people selling up to try and get into Bitcoin and to ride that. It seems to be a recurring theme, although most of you guys know that you know, you're chasing very small percentage gains by doing that. Whereas with altcoins you can make quite a bit more, depending on what you're investing in. If you bought DOT, for example, when we first started buying it, you'd probably be more than happy right now with the price. But yeah, I think that we will probably see a bit of a slowdown with altcoins if we do break above that resistance level. If, however, we actually range here, because the other possibility here is that we range now. And that we have a trend actually build here. So let's just quickly pop that in. Perhaps it's not really very well drawn, but let's just go with it for the time being. Let's just say that we start getting an ascending triangle there. While that's happening, we could see alts continue to moon, because obviously whenever Bitcoin ranges, people move their money to altcoins. It just seems to be the way that the market works. Although it's obviously working slightly different at the moment, thanks to the fact that most of the money is now coming from institutions. So we should probably quickly look at XRP. I know that quite a few of you are interested in that one. And you can see that, it has dumped pretty sort of consistently. Let's have a look at it on the 1-day chart. So you see there's when we had our parabolic curve, and then of course we had that news which caused it to fully dump down. We seem to have found some support now at 21 cents. Fortunately, it's quite a bit. It's been support back here in September, and it has been support further back for us. So it could be that it holds up for us now. Of course, though, the FUD keeps coming for XRP. I think that we're going to see probably ranging from XRP moving forward. There's still a lot of volatility in the price. Right now, it is moving up and down quite a bit. But there's, of course, still news coming out about XRP that's kind of fuddy in nature. You'll look, for example, to this article. Ripple sued by top stakeholder that led its Series C funding round. So they're being sued over the fact that, they misrepresented, apparently, what XRP is to this investor. And it's a pretty big lawsuit. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting what happens there. Although this won't be the first one, there have been cases of investors suing Ripple quite a number of times. We'll see what happens there. The other one here, which there was a link to, was this one here about Coinbase being sued over illegal XRP sales. So this is a class action lawsuit. So there's a couple of things happening that aren't great for it. Then there's some articles that really aren't actually very accurate. Their titles have been manipulated to make it look worse for XRP than it is. So you've got Grayscale removes XRP from its digital large cap fund. It makes you think that they're selling up their XRP. But it does say that they announced they've sold all their XRP on Monday to buy more Bitcoin. But then there's other reports that have come out saying that they actually bought up 12 million of it just a day or two ago. So are they selling it up? I mean, possibly, or this could be manipulation. You've got to bear in mind that Grayscale could, of course, be selling it out of self-preservation. Maybe they think the SEC might win, and are worried that they will be sued for selling, for holding it or whatever, or buying it and selling it. But I think that with them having just bought a load of it earlier this week, I don't know. I think that they may have sold what was in their digital large cap fund. But I have heard people saying that they actually moved a lot of their XRP to different funds. So we'll see. To me, it seems a bit fuddy. I'm not entirely convinced that they've actually sold all of their XRP. And we saw this before the dump, the way that people were talking, very prominent people in the space were talking about XRP. It felt like there was a concerted effort to drive that price down prior to the SEC's announcement of legal proceedings. So I'm not overly worried about that. I think XRP will do all right once this lawsuit's out of the way. But let's be honest about one thing here, guys. Maybe it's XRP might be one that while it's cheaper, it might be a good one for a longer term hold, but you will definitely be more likely to make bigger gains now, getting in on the bull run with some of these other coins, to be honest with you. I think that we are going to start to see some pullback on some of these altcoins if Bitcoin does break that resistance tonight or tomorrow. You can see that Cardano ADA is up at 26 cents now, but I do think we will see some resistance soon on these, and we'll see a little bit of correction as Bitcoin kind of takes lead again. Let's just see what we got. Let's see what we have. Quite a few comments. Oh, store of value. Okay, sorry, yeah. Less active addresses means large institutional hodlers. Yes, that's right, yeah. You are right there, Peanut. That was with reference to the previous comment you made about the SOV narrative. Paul is saying, I'm surprised XRP has held above 20 cents. Thought we would have dipped lower by now. Yeah, I mean, I did think that we would see that happen, but if you think about it, what we were saying the other day about how anybody who was really sort of weak and probably sold as soon as they heard the news, and now whoever's left are people who are going, I think I might buy this now because it's cheap and they'll probably win their case. So I think that's the reason why the bulls are holding the price at the moment, is because actually the people left at the moment buying or holding XRP are the ones that think that XRP will succeed in their case with the SEC. So that probably is why we're defending the 20 cent level quite strongly, I would actually think. So yes, so that's that. XLM is another one that has done incredibly well today. Let's pop over, take a look at XLM. I haven't prepared a chart for this one, but I will load it just because. We should have a look. And you can see there, I mean, it has been doing actually really well, regardless. Back in November, it did a massive pump. Oh my gosh, like literally 165%. And, you know, you can see that it did pull back quite a bit. In fact, if it looks like it came back to about 50%, but it's had another nice breakout now, and a lot of that, I mean, the market itself is obviously doing well today for altcoins, but also a lot of that is to do with this news here. XLM exploded by 40% as Ukraine picks Stellar to develop its digital asset infrastructure. So this is really big news for Stellar. The Stellar Development Foundation announced the signing of a contract yesterday. The memorandum will enable Stellar to work with Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation to develop a modern virtual asset market infrastructure and to enhance the nation's status as an innovative digital country in the financial market in Eastern Europe. So it does say in the actual in the agreement there what some of the goals are. Mainly, it's to provide support for projects such as currencies, implementation, regulation of stablecoins, circulation in the country, and this is key, creating a central bank digital currency. So they are going to be helping out with doing that. Now, does this mean good news for XLM? Well, it depends. I mean, I don't know the details of whether XLM will be used by Ukraine in any capacity, but certainly if Stellar's development fund is being approached and used over there, there's a good chance that even just on the speculative news that we're going to see a continuation of kind of Stellar's uptick this year. The other big news was about crypto regulation. This is over on CoinDesk. They've got a whole podcast section about it. It's worth listening to, but it's to do with basically the Office of Comptroller of Currency over in the US has basically paved the way for stablecoins and public blockchains to be fully integrated into the financial infrastructure. So this is really, really good because regulations are one of the reasons why we're not seeing that as big an adoption of crypto and Bitcoin and blockchain technology as we'd like. And the fact that they're moving to regulate stablecoins and a way for banks basically to use blockchain technology is a really good sign of things moving forward there, guys. So, it could be good for stablecoins and all the rest of it. And, it could even be good news for XLM and, Stellar XLM, because if they've already got Ukraine on board, then it could well be that gives them a bit of an advantage when it comes to all these other banks and institutions in the US being given the kind of go-ahead to go and look at blockchain technology properly. And given regulatory frameworks to work with. So that's apparently in the works and something that we should see soon. I wish I'd got a drink ready, but I didn't even get a drink ready today. And I'm dehydrating as we speak. Saf's in the chat. Hey, Saf, how much higher can Bitcoin go? I think we could see $37,000, $38,000 Bitcoin if we get above the current sort of resistance level of, where were we? 34,500. If we can do that, then I think that definitely 38 is in play for this week. So yeah, I mean, I know that sounds like a big move, but we've been getting those actually quite quickly anyway. So all that's good news. Ripple stuff, not great news, but I'm not overly worried about it. I wanted to touch on this very quickly, which is Cardano. This is because Nadir was asking me to mention it. So Cardano and IOTA, which is a different project, it's called the Internet of Things. They are looking at ways to coordinate and cooperate to build a bridge between the platforms. So this started off as just like kind of a general chat. I think it was over on Discord, it says. Yeah, there we are. So they were talking about it over on Discord and decided that they wanted to look at developing a bridge between their blockchains. It does go on to say a bit more detail in here. That IOTA are basically focusing on their interoperability with other ecosystems. It's a smart move considering that places like, projects like Polkadot are built around that. It's also quite useful for Cardano as well, because obviously we're going to see the deployment of Goguen, which will allow for smart contract development and DeFi products on Cardano. So having that kind of bridge between IOTA and obviously Cardano ADA as well is going to be very useful for developers who want to build things on different platforms. And be able to have that interoperability is really good news. So I think that this should be interesting. Just to point out that it's not an official partnership just yet. It is them agreeing to do something with each other in a chat. Until there's some sort of joint statement, and it might be now. I mean, this story is a couple of days old, but until there's a joint statement, it is just speculative that they're going to do this. But it sounded like they were both actually quite serious about working together to build that bridge. So I think that should be really, really cool. So what we will do is XLM quickly point out that we are currently at resistance. Of around sort of the 20 cent level. We are going into the oversold bought territory in the stochastic RSI, but it's got that bullish crossover on MACD. So we might see some sort of pullback a little bit from this point, or at least maybe we'll see sort of a bit of ranging. Again, you might even see the same pattern play out from November, where we have some pullback before another pump up. So usually this is where you'd get the Fibonacci retracement tool out and you take a look at it. So you'd go and look at where you think it could go from here. So you could probably sort of say, if it comes down halfway, we're looking at 16 cents. So you'd kind of use that tool there to kind of get an idea of where you could see pullback. Of course, there is still possible that you could see that pullback actually on the more macro scale there from the very beginning of that breakout movement. In which case, you could see the price come back down to sort of around 11.5 cents. But, I mean, it really depends. It's good news for XLM today. I think it's much more likely that we'll see it either pump up and break that resistance, or see it range and have another few attempts. Once altcoins start slowing down, that's when we're going to see possibly some proper pullback and corrections from a lot of the altcoins on the market. What's that? Peanut saying, oh, they're building a bridge between Dinosaurville to Ancient Coin Town. Yes, yeah, maybe. What's that, Peanut? So, did Ben never come back? He was doing music stuff and missed the 3 or 4 streams I watched, then I went away. I think Ben is going to come back. He's moved back home to Liverpool. So he's moved back with his family, and he's still doing all of his music stuff. He's helped release a couple of albums. I think he's just really, really wrapped up in it. He did pop back into the stream, not into the actual stream, but he did pop back into the chat a couple of times to say hello to people and stuff. I still do talk to him on WhatsApp and stuff, but he is just really super busy. I think like ERC, he's probably made so much money now he doesn't care anymore. And he doesn't want to bother. No, I'm joking, of course. Oh dear. Augur said 23 million USDT moved to OKX now. Pump is real, let's go. Well, let's see. $23 million over to OKX. What's it going to be spent on? Probably Bitcoin. Peanut points out, yeah, Ben is enjoying his fat stacks and payday. I think so, yeah. And with I think he's literally done several album releases over Christmas. It's the busiest period for what he does. He has probably just made bank. And yeah, he's probably enjoying sort of, well, he won't be able to enjoy any of it now because it's lockdown and he's still in the UK. So there we go. Maybe he'll join me again soon, just at least to come and say hello again to everybody. Right, so chart-wise, that's all that kind of stuff, I think, really. Ethereum, I wanted to bring up very, very quickly, if we could just have a look at Ethereum. A couple of things happening with Ethereum this week. Of course, it's really, really pumped in the last 4 days. We have to be aware that when we get these pumps, we do often see corrections. Are we going to see it yet? Well, I'll show you this next article before we finish up for the night. But I did actually just hear something. What was that? A few seconds ago, Polarity lol has followed. Polarity lol, thank you, hello and welcome, and thank you for following. I do really appreciate that. As is the tradition here on CryptoPig Live, if you follow, Official Triple's like, oh no! I think Polarity lol knows what's coming as well. There's a smiley face there. If you follow us here, there is a family tradition, a CryptoPig fam tradition, that every new follower gets a dab. So you get a dab, my friend, for following. It'll be enough cringe to make you want to unfollow again and maybe possibly follow back again just to get another dab. But we'll see. Here we go. I'll just move my microphone because I'm going to build up to this one. Oh boy, Back Doctor says. Indeed, here we go. Here comes the dab. We all get one. Right, here we go. Because I'm bringing the dab back. This makes me look old, I think. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Building up. And what's the price? Hold on. I don't know what the price is. Let me just quickly check. It's 34,000. Right. We're still over 34,000. That was my Super Saiyan dab. Just for you. Ah, dear. You probably want to leave. I get it. It's all right. It's late at night. You get the dab, Polarity. Welcome to the Pig Fam. And now I've done the dab, you can't unfollow because that would just be, that would be tragic and, and a waste of all of that dab energy. All right. So there we go. Right. Ethereum. We're talking about Ethereum and talking about what can we expect from Ethereum next. So, Ethereum bulls defend key support as market retraces. What to watch for. So basically, they point out while turbulence in the past few days with the big breakout, obviously we are over that $1,000 level now. It's fantastic. It's great to see it. In fact, we're actually at $1,111 right now, which is incredible, right? The next target for this analyst over here on Bitcoinist is $1,215, and I think that is very, very doable within the sort of within the next couple of days at least. However, I did see this article which I thought was worth pointing out, which is about whether we are about to see a local top. So this Ethereum fractal suggests the top is in for now at least. So basically, fractals are patterns that we see in the charts that repeat. We will see that far more often with crypto, mainly because, it might change now because there's more financial institutions in here. But because most of the trading is done by retail traders, to be fair, we're seeing these patterns emerge because, it's kind of the cycle that the markets go through, right? And so we're seeing these patterns come back all the time. They do say here in the article, when the assets are bullish, they soar in value far stronger than anything in the world of traditional finance. And when they crash, they wipe out most of their preceding rallies. That is fairly typical of crypto in the previous bull run. This time round, we haven't really seen those massive corrections. Maybe for altcoins we've seen them, but certainly not for Bitcoin right now. We haven't seen those big corrections. However, it does point out that there is an ascending wedge pattern, which is typically a bearish structure. And they're pointing out here that the same pattern is playing out, but on a much larger scale than when it first came out, which was back in 2019. And if that plays out, they are saying that we could see a pullback of 38.6%. So if this is correct, and I didn't want that in there yet. Get rid of that. If that's correct, and we do get to our $1,200 Ethereum, which I think is doable. Let's say we do get to 1,200, and then we see that fractal play out. Let's just rough it. 38% would put us back to around sort of $730. So if that fractal plays out and we do only see that pullback of 38%, all right, yes, it's if you buy now, it's a big amount of money wiped off. But in the grand scheme of things, it would not be sort of like a massive concern for anybody, long-term hodling this project. And with Ethereum 2.0, definitely, on its way and looking more and more promising all the time. I think that, that would, we don't really have to worry too much about any corrections. If we take a look at it trend-wise, if we did see that much of a pullback, to be honest with you, kind of makes sense. It brings us back to that trend line, which is a much healthier looking trend line to be on anyway. Could it happen? Yeah, I mean, it could. Like if we go to 1,200, we're already sort of well over the overbought territory there on the stochastic RSI. The MACD is going parabolic. So I do think, it's quite possible that we could see that fractal play out. But there's so much excitement in the market still that, it could be, I think, $1,200 before we see any sort of like pullback of any kind. And even then, going on what's going on in the market, the pullback might not even be that dramatic. Things are completely different this time around, guys. So, I think just move stop losses, take profit when you can. It's probably the best unfinancial, not financial advice I could give you, is to make sure that you take profit as you go. So, yeah, I think that's really kind of all I wanted to cover in the market today. I'll be back again on Thursday night, and we will do some charts. You guys can choose what charts I will look at for that night, so please just put it in the comments. Whisper on Twitch if you want to tell me what charts you'd like me to look at. Do it on Telegram, the link's down below in here on Twitch. Do all of those things. Let me know what you want to look at. I will do those charts for you Thursday. We'll make that the Pig Farm chart day. You tell me what you want to look at. And then Friday, I'm thinking we will do gaming and chatting about crypto. I mean, I'll probably bring some charts up as well then, but I might play a bit of video games at that point, and we'll chat about crypto while I do it. I think that's the future, playing Warzone and chatting about crypto. And it's not an excuse for me just to be able to play video games, I promise you. All right, guys. So I think that's it for tonight. Please do make sure that you're following us here. Make sure that you like and all the rest of it, and share this if you're on YouTube, and share our link to the Twitch channel with people as well. Yeah, I mean, it would be really great to see you all again, of course, on Thursday. I'd like to see you all back here, especially our new followers, Polarity and Cheesley. It'd be great to have you as regular members of the Pig Fam coming in to chat about crypto with us. I think that'd be great fun. All right, so with that being said, guys, have a great night. Take it easy. Full lockdown kicks in tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday. So all be nice and safe. Peanut's glad to be back. Well, I'm glad that you're here as well, Peanut. It's good to see you in the chat again, mate. I did miss you. Polarity says thanks for the stream. You are welcome, Polarity. Thank you for joining. And I will see you all again, of course, Thursday. Let me know what charts you want to look at, because this is your stream, guys. You know, it's for you to let me know what you are interested in, and I will do those charts. All right, guys. Thank you, Saf. Did I not? I don't even know if I said hello to you properly. I hope I did. Classborn just joined. Classborn, have you just joined? I'm just finishing now. And Private. Guys, I'm just leaving now when you've just joined and said hello. Ah, well, hey, Classborn. Really glad to see you there. And Private as well. Nice to see you too. I am sorry that it's the end of the stream already. Oh, Classborn was here but hidden. Classborn, I've got good news. My hoodie that you designed is on its way, apparently. I got an email. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. I think they lost it or something when they sent it. But Classborn, by the way, guys, is a t-shirt designer and does amazing crypto-related t-shirts and hoodies and all sorts of stuff. I ordered an amazing... finally, yes, exactly. I ordered an amazing Bitcoin one. So it's a yellow, orangey yellow hoodie with Bitcoin symbols all over it. It looks like it's going to be amazing. So I'm excited to get that, because when it arrives, I will be wearing it on my live streams. All right, there you go. A bit of a plug for you, Classborn. And maybe, Classborn, you can share your link at some point. I don't know if you'll be able to share it here, but, you know, if you can, you're more than welcome to. Maybe save the link for the next stream and you can share it in the beginning. Let people see some of your work. Maybe I'll even show them some of your t-shirts on stream for you, mate. Private came late. Oh, Private. Never mind. Never mind. Well, I will be with you all again Thursday anyway, so make sure you join me for that. Oh, did I miss Dark White? I just saw Dark White in the chat there. Dark White saying dab. I did do my dab in the end, so didn't say hello to you though. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a great night. I will see you all on Thursday. That was probably another long outro. Crypto Pig the best. Thank you, Classborn. Really appreciate it. Yes, so as I say, everybody take care. See you all on Thursday. Have a great night, and bye.